Hello, good afternoon. Good heavens, I had to look at the calendar to see, or the clock to see if it was morning or afternoon. That's the kind of day I'm having. How about you? I just wanted to pop on quickly because I thought of something that I wanted to talk to you about. Well, yeah, share with you. How about we say that? And it's about distractions. How do you handle distractions? I have a crazy busy day today. I have a lot of meetings that I need to attend. Some of them, unfortunately, I can't attend live, and I have to tune in for the recording. They are, group sessions for groups that I belong to and that kind of thing. But yeah, in general, I have a very busy day. Wednesdays and Thursdays are usually my busy day. Do you have a really busy day of the week? Like, not do you have a busy day today? Do you have a really busy day of the week that is, sort of your crazy day? I used to not schedule calls on Friday afternoons because that was my catch-up time, right? So whatever happened through the course of the week, it's like, okay, before I get out of the office on Friday, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of business and getting things done at the end of the week. And now things have eased up a little bit as I've implemented a few different little routines in my business and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's just kind of one of the things that I do. But I'm curious, how do you handle distractions in your business, or in your, pardon me, in your daily, in your workday? Do you ever, like, do you forget about getting things done, or here's the thing with distractions is I think, and I'm not a brain specialist, but I've taken a lot of I've learned a lot about this kind of thing because it's something that happens to me. I get distracted. My brain I'm like a total left brain person, right? So lists and order and all that kind of stuff are very, very important to me. It's how I know that I'm keeping things on track. And so I'm paper and lists and all that kind of thing. And so anyway, whenever I can learn a little bit more about how our brain handles these kinds of things, I tend to tune into it. So, but one of the things that I learned a long time ago is about creating something that's called a distractions list. And so this is a distractions list. And I find it very, very helpful. So I made one this afternoon. Pardon me, that's an alarm for something I have to do in 10 minutes, so I can't stay on here longer than 10 minutes. And speaking of distractions. And so anyway, it's amazing because I find that if I sit down to do something, and in this case it was reading a chapter of a book that I needed to read for a meeting that's coming up, my mind will wander and I'll think, oh, I have to do that. Oh, I have to do that. I have to do that, because I'm not focused like on, video or anything like that. I'm not focused on it. I can't click around on my computer, but I know that if I think about something, I will worry that I'm going to forget about that particular thing. And so I think I need to go and attend to it right away. And I've learned over the years that I absolutely don't need to. What do I need to do? Need to put it on this list. So as I was reading my chapter a little while ago, all of one chapter, all of these things came to mind, okay? Because that's the way my brain works. It just keeps on going and keeps on going. I have a lot of things to think about, as do you. And so what I do is I write them down on this list. And like I say, it's called a distractions list. And what that helps me do is remain focused on what it is that I'm doing right now. So when I would think of something, I just have it on, I had it on my lap and while I was reading my chapter, and I would write down what it was. And it's immediately calming for me because I know I'm not going to forget that thing. There's no reason for me to jump up and go and do, what I'm thinking about or check on it or anything like that. Have my distractions list right with me. And so I wrote that down. And so I know that I'm going to look after that later on. And then I can take. So, and I just did that for the whole chapter. And part of the thing, I was reading a book. And so if you're in a training or something like that, I think it happens as well. Your distractions list will get longer. Why? Because what you're putting into your brain is then triggering other things, right? And so for me, as I was reading through this book, I was obviously learning some things. And so I started thinking about, oh, that's right, I need to X, Y, Z. And so I wrote everything down on this list. And honestly, this is, I think I read 40 pages or something like that. And this is the list that I came up with. But I'll tell you what I was able to do. I was able to complete my chapter. And it took me maybe 5 minutes longer than it would have because I had to stop and scribble a couple things on my list. But it didn't take me away I've been trying to read that chapter all week, and so it's like I need to get it done. Now there's a deadline, right? It's important. I have to be able to report on it, and so so I take my list at the end, and here's what you do with the distractions list. You can take it then and you can put it into your agenda to say, this is when I'm going to look after this. I don't know about you, but with all the things that we need to look after in our business, I often forget to put them on my to-do list because I'm kind of focused on doing things that I'm making money doing, right? So working with clients or, things that are higher level in my business that I need to be looking after. But it's all the little things that, you tend to maybe not think about. So when you know that you're thinking of them or something is triggering you to think of them, then you have this great little list at the end. And so that's what I just did. I took 5 minutes and I thought, okay, I didn't try and divide this whole list up because not all of it's urgent, okay? So all I did was I looked through it and I thought, okay, is there anything that I can do today or tomorrow that I can slot into my schedule? And I did, and I chose 5 things. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 13 things on this list, and actually there's probably 15 because there's a couple of little side notes as I thought of other things. So if there are 15 things that I'm thinking about, how distracted am I in terms of getting not even just that chapter read, but the rest of my day, right? As I just, said to you, I didn't know whether it was morning or afternoon because I'm having a very busy day. So when I realize it's afternoon, do I have time today to get 15 more things done? No, I don't think I do. Not in this particular day, not on many days. It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I want to stop work at 5, I don't think I can actually do 15 more things. So I had to choose the things that I would do. And they're based on urgency. That's right. I forgot to do that. I have to email that person before I'm done for the day, or, I have to do this or I have to do that. And so I put them into my book. And then the next most important pieces I flip over and I do on tomorrow. And so I know that I've just been thinking about all of these things. I know that I can make sure that they're in my schedule. And then my distractions list stays as it is because there's still going to be a few things on it that I'm thinking about. They may not be urgent. I guarantee you that not everything that you do in your business is going to be urgent. It does not need to be done right now. So I can take those things. Maybe tomorrow I can look at days next week that I can slot those things in to get those things done. Or perhaps my, I'll start another list. And often what I do, I don't always have a distractions list because as I work during the day, I have my notebook beside me and I can put things into my calendar, but it's when I have that focus time, when I'm in a training, when I'm doing some reading, when I'm on a break, say if I'm just having my lunch, that's when the distractions list is really, really important for me particularly because I know that that's when my brain will start to wander as opposed to staying focused on the task that I'm working on right then. So distractions list, how do you handle your distractions if you're not using a distractions list right now? I just wanted to share that little tip with you today, and that's actually on my list. Do a Facebook Live about distractions lists. So I'm going to stroke that one right off of my list right now. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope you find some use for it if you are struggling with distractions. I find it's a really, really good way to stay focused. So, and I do apologize if you popped in here because you saw that I was going live and I distracted you from anything. So that's kind of where things are at right now. Get back to work, and I'm going to do the same. I hope you have a super afternoon. We'll talk soon. Bye.